Hello everyone, we today 30 back with another review. Today we have a deck from Sextant Studio. It is El Reino de los Muertos. Y las Calaveras de Azuka. Let's have the longest name in playing cards history here. Stay tuned for this. Alright, so here we have the El Reino de los Muertos y las Calaveras de Azuka, which is a really long name that essentially means Kingdom of the Dead. Inspired by Day of the Dead, obviously. This is designed by Gustavo Barbora, who's done a couple of decks and put out by Sextant Studios. There's 2,000 decks produced with a numbered stamp seal. So look at it in a minute. And then it says Edition Limitada on top, which is obviously limited edition. Marie and our announcer on the sides with a nice skull. Obviously Marie, it means die. Renasser, that's how you pronounce it, means rebirth. And then playing cards on the bottom. Just a very simple standard tuck case. I believe it's printed by MPC, but I'm not 100% sure. It might have been printed in Mexico, because it does say something about that. Just some art book on the one side with a pip, same at the other, and the top, and in the bottom, which has the there's a logo here of some sort. Some ad copy, and it says Baraza de Poker Calidad Casino Edición Limitada, etc., etc., plastic coated. Sextantstudio.com. Set them out. And in the back, you see the back design. It says Todos Iguales, which means everyone the same, essentially. All the same. And Circuitrova. And Sextant Studio on the bottom. Obviously, Circuitrova means seek, and you shall find. Numbered seal, hand numbered. This is 1327 out of 2000. It's got a stamp type look to it, a vintage stamp type look to it, but it's not. They should have made it a stamp seal, but I'm assuming that would have been more money. Nothing on the flap. And then here you got a couple of skulls. Like I said, it could be printed in Mexico because of what it says on the bottom here, which is Heso in Mexico. But at the same time, I don't know who they would have in Mexico to print this, and it feels like an NPC deck. And for the record, if you're looking for it, it is available from gentsupplyco.com, link in the description. And I believe probably on their Amazon as well. That being said, they only ship within the US, so if you're outside the US, you'll have to make alternate arrangements. You got a couple of cards of information. They are in Spanish. It says El Vivo El Gozo on the bottom. I should have translated that, but I didn't. I'm not going to translate all this, and it says El Muerto Al Polzo on the other side. I'm not going to read that all out or translate it all out. I apologize. It does say here that Se Te Toca Anchor de Keats. That I translated, which means if it touches you, even if you take off. And the other side it says Se no te toca anchor de pongas, which means if it does not touch you, even if you get. It's roughly translated via Google. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Somewhat, not really. And the reason why I translated it is because it actually says that on the ace. The Joker, it's Joker in the bottom. And it says, Aquí no emperan las comandas leyes. Aquí toda igual pruebas e res. With a devil-looking skeleton. What that basically means is here everyone is the same, rich and poor, and there is no human laws. We don't follow human laws. And the other Joker is another skeleton type dude. Very interesting. Interesting color scheme on the faces, not just the standard white. Almost looks like a papery type look. The backs. It's one way. It says all that stuff that I read off before. So, Te toca ank de kits sina te toca ank de pongas. And it says Reino De Muertos. It's very one way, but it's an interesting kind of classic looking back design. The Ace of Spades, again, also says that stuff and says El Reino de los Muertos, nice custom tip. And again, Edición Limitado, 2016, apparently, Circa Trova, Sextant Estudio, and then again, Sete Toca, and the Keats. Interesting. There's also stuff written along the sides of some of the other aces. I didn't translate that, because again, it's just way too much. I apologize. But nice aces. And the court cards, very nicely designed. Beautiful. Sort of. I mean, they're skulls, the skulls, the skeletons, but they're beautifully designed, nicely colored, very colorful, as they should be. One thing I will say is I was expecting something more like this for these, court cards, but it's not what they did. But it's fine. And you do get custom pips on the number cards. It is a embossed linen finish. Like I said, I believe printed by NPC. Not 100% sir. These are painted by hand in watercolor for the court cards. It actually says it's a linen cardstock from France. Printed by, I really don't know. But it handles alright for what it is. It's a little bit pricier than some other decks, this deck. But it's also pretty limited. And a bit harder to find. It handles alright. Overall, I'm going to say there's a couple of things. First of all, hell of a lot of Hispanic. They should have had English translations of these cards. They didn't, which is unfortunate, because not everyone buying them is going to be Spanish speaking. All this extra writing along the sides of the aces, kind of unnecessary in my opinion. And extra. And it would have been nice if the back design was mirror image, but it's not the end of the world. Handles alright. It would have been nice if they mentioned who the printer was. Overall, not bad. A few minor things that I mentioned that could have been better. I would say 8.5 out of 10. It's a nice deck. I like it. It's not going to be everyone's cup of tea. But A for effort. Comment, rate, subscribe. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time for more. Thanks for watching.